Well, fellow scientists, I hope you have seen some interesting results. Those of you doing the experiment for yourself should be keeping careful records. You should be filling in all the little worksheets you have and making any observations that you might have noticed apart from the weight and the size of your gummy bears. Have they changed colour? Have they got some strange residue on them? Have they fallen apart? Maybe they've disintegrated totally. I don't know yet. I hope not, poor fellows. Those of you who are not doing the experiment for yourselves, because you can't, and are following my experiment, you need to carefully watch this third video, which has the results after 72 hours. There is another worksheet in your little pack, and it's got 72 hours on the top. So you can copy the results I have obtained and add them to your data. You will need all of this information next week when we complete the analysis of this experiment and maybe decide whether our hypotheses were correct or not and come to some conclusion about the results of hydrating our gummy bears in various liquids. So it's been 72 hours since my bears have been submerged in their various liquids. It's now time to weigh, measure them once more, see if there's been any difference at all. So a quick observation visually first. Lemonade, he's definitely grown. Coca-Cola's grown, he's actually got his nose above the liquid at the moment. Sports drink, Salty Bear's looking a bit sad, sort of all white and shriveled up. And there's my plain water. He's sitting with his nose above the water and his feet and hands by the looks of things. He must have absorbed so much it's shrunk. Milky Bear, quite can't see him. I'll have to wait till I get him out. And Fruit Juice Bear, yes, he's definitely changed. And there's my control that I started with. That's how they all began, remember? So, once again, we're going to weigh each of the bears. Here is my plain water bear. He now weighs 10 grams. That's 7 grams more than when he started. And I'm going to measure him with my ruler. I will measure each of them. I'll measure their length and their weight, and I'll add that to my chart. So I've finished measuring them and weighing them, and I might just make a note of some other observations. Here's my control bear. I actually weighed him just out of interest, and he appears to have lost a little bit of weight. Probably because I didn't cover his cup maybe. Maybe he's evaporated a bit, dried out a bit. Still the same size though. Over here is my plain water. Grown quite a lot. Just about doubled. Almost. 37 mils long, 25 millimeters wide. And now weighs 10 grams. Still got a nice shape to him though. Still got his features. Here's the salt water. Salt water. He's grown a tiny bit, not much. But he seems to have lost a lot of his features. If you compare him with the plain water bear, he's not got that big round tummy anymore. The salt's probably just sort of absorbed. It's totally become translucent. It's not translucent, it's become opaque. This is translucent, you can see through it. Opaque. And then the juice. Juice has grown, still kept his shape. See his eyes, his feet, everything. He's changed colour though. He's absorbed some of the colours from the juice. And then we'll come over here to our soft drink. Soft drink, grown quite a bit. Almost as big as the plain water one. Nice and clean though. A few features. Got a little bit bumpy on his hands, but that's about it. Otherwise quite smooth. The milk. The milky one has, if you look at the colours again, not absorbed. It's absorbed a little bit of colour, but not much. It looks like he's breaking apart. Maybe that was me just handling him badly. And he's got a little bit, if you notice, he's got a little bit bumpy. It's not as smooth as he was to start with. That's probably the fats in the milk. I'd have to do another test to sort that one out. Here's my sports drink. Sports drink seems to have gone a bit bubbly. Can you see, is that just the bubbles that were there originally? And maybe the colour has just made them stand out more.
Not sure, I'd have to do some different tests on different sports drinks to see if that was the case. But he's definitely grown. Not as much as the plain water, but he has definitely grown, both in weight and size. You have Mr. Coca-Cola, looking a little bit worse for wear. It's very soft. And I was really careful with him because I can remember completing this experiment once before. So he's got strange dark residue all over him, which as you can see has come off on the paper. He weighs just about the same as, he does weigh the same as the plain water one, but he hasn't grown quite as much. So I wonder why he weighs the same. Maybe he's absorbed some of those colours and some of those sugars. So there's my results after 72 hours. Remember when you're doing this, measuring and weighing, that you don't cross-contaminate. Make sure you clean your spoon, your scales, whatever it is you're using before you handle the next gummy bear. Now, you may get rid of this now. Please keep all your record sheets. I'm actually going to put my gummy bears back in their liquids because I can. And I'm going to see what happens in another 2 days after the weekend. Maybe they'll have grown some more. Maybe they won't. Wonder what would have happened. I'll have to wait till Monday to find out.